Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. Joining me for this show are Shubhayan Chakraborty from Cape Town, Debashish Sen, and Boria Mujumdar. We have a lot to talk about in today's game, starting with the final test between India and South Africa, the final ODI between India and Australia Women's Series, and David Warner's final test match against Pakistan. On to you, Shubhayan. What are the updates from Cape Town? What's the atmosphere like there? It looks very beautiful behind you, by the way.
It is one of the most beautiful grounds I have ever been to, and after a few hours, the stadium will be packed. New Year's Day, there's a lot of buzz around. Dean Elgar's farewell test. He will be captaining the side, so it's kind of a dream end for his career. Plenty of people are looking forward to witnessing Dean Elgar's final test, and the way he batted in Centurion, that has increased the excitement among the local fans. But Cape Town has always attracted a lot of Indian diaspora as well. So we are going to see a lot of Indian flags as well. I remember when India played here, the women's team played here during the World Cup. The Indian team got a lot of support from the crowd as well. So looking when the likes of Virat and Rohit and Bumrah step in, they are going to get a lot of cheer from the crowd. So looking forward to this match. Hopefully, we will have at least it won't end in 3 days like it ended in Centurion.
Yes, Debashish and Boria. Who do you want to see stepping up in this game? Boria, why don't you start?
All. It was a limp performance, an impotent performance from India. I mean, you need everyone except KL Rahul and Virat Kohli with the bat. No one stepped up. You want the entire batting department to step up. In the bowling department, only Bumrah and to a very limited extent, Siraj stepped up. Other than that, there was no pressure whatsoever from any end. So you want a collective effort to beat South Africa and come back 1-all. Because if you are able to come back 1-all, that's a fantastic start to the year. 23 is gone. 24, you will say, I started the new year well. I'll move into the England series with momentum. From the WTC standpoint, you've drawn a series away. All of this will go in your favor. So it has to be a collective effort, intensity, commitment, fearless cricket, not throwing away your wicket as far as the batting is concerned, and bowling the right areas as far as the bowling is concerned. I would need to know from Shubhan. Shubhan, is Jadeja playing? What is the update on Ravindra Jadeja? Fingers crossed that we want him to play.
He trained as normal in Centurion and what was the last optional session in Centurion. Jadeja came, he batted, he bowled. He was not here day before yesterday. Uh, so he was not here when India trained day before yesterday. But Jadeja, in whatever I've seen of him, he looked completely fit, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be part of the 11.
Debashish.
As Boria rightly said, means the entire team needs to step up, and I would love to see Jadeja in that playing 11 because he brings a lot to that team. Means when it comes to batting, bowling, and this fielding. And on the first one, I need to see him make out is Shardul Thakur. Means let me be very frank. Means I might sound hard, but with all due respect. Since India, what has he done in that first Test match against South Africa? I'm talking about Shardul Thakur. All right, critics might argue that he scored that all important 24 runs in the second innings, but then it is the wickets that you need more often than not because you win Test matches by picking 20 wickets. And Shardul Thakur is not one, especially in conditions like that is in South Africa. Yes, you might argue that had it been a Test match in England, definitely Shardul Thakur would be the first to be in that lineup because it's swimming conditions in England across England. But in South Africa, it's all about pace, I think. And for me, it will be no brainer is to get in Ravindra Jadeja straight away if he is fit and available, and get Shardul and also include Mukesh Kumar in place of Prasidh Krishna maybe.
Yes, and Shubhayan, what will this test mean for Rohit Sharma as a captain?
Oh, it will mean a lot. It will mean a lot because the first press conference which he held at the team in the team hotel, he said one sentence which stayed with me that यार इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं कुछ तो जीते हम लोग. So he's desperate to win something. He's a very passionate cricketer. He might look like a light-hearted guy who enjoys speaking to people, but at one point he's very passionate about Test cricket. He's passionate about leading India. What happened in the World Cup was extremely heartbreaking for Rohit Sharma. We saw it took at least a month to recover from that emotional baggage. But now, when the series started, he wanted to win this series. Okay, now we can't win the series, but if Rohit can. He helped India level this series, lead his troops by an example. Then even a 1-1 draw in South Africa, only MS Dhoni has achieved a Test series draw in South Africa that too in 2010. So if Rohit can achieve that, then it will be good. And mind you, it's a World Test Championship cycle. So if India lose another Test match, then it will become very tricky for them to qualify because you have to play Australia in Australia, which is okay. We have done it twice, but can we do it thrice? It's not easy. It's not going to be easy in Australia. So this test match becomes very, very important in terms of keeping up with other teams in that WTC cycle. So an extremely, extremely crucial test for Rohit Sharma, the batsman, the captain as well.
Devashish, what do you think?
I totally agree with Shubhayan because obviously it will be a big challenge for Rohit as the captain as well as a batter because he has not done well in the first innings as both and few of his captaincy decision were questioned. Means obviously that session after lunch when they had 3 wickets down for South Africa and then to bring on Shardul Thakur and Prasidh Krishna immediately after the lunch means that has to be questioned. So why not bring in your frontline swimmer in Bumrah or Siraj. So these things needs to be questioned. But if he can pull it off, if he can lead India to a series leveling win, means that will erase all the talking that has been gone, that has gone. Means obviously, and it will be a big ask because so we have never won a test match in Cape Newlands. We have played 6 test matches. We lost 4. We drew 2. So it will be a very, very challenging conditions. And yes, South Africa might miss Coetzee, but they have an NGD, and which is height. He will add a lot of depth. Obviously, hit the. He can hit the deck, and so it will be really tough. But I would love to see someone like a Shubman Gill. See, this is a batter thrives on these opportunities, thrives on these conditions. If we can make a valuable contribution, means we know that India banks heavily on Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul. But someone like a Shubman Gill, someone like a Yashasvi Jaiswal, I want these youngsters to come to take up the challenge. Means obviously Yashasvi Jaiswal scored at 100 against West Indies, but those are gone, those are past. Means obviously this is the real test. Means can they have it in them? Can they? Means obviously. So I for one would love to see the youngsters taking the responsibility, and that is what will says set the things.
Yes, and it seems like there was some animated chat between Virat Kohli and Rahul Dravid regarding the pitch or something. Boria tweeted about it as well. But Shubhayan, did you find out what all of that was about?
Of course, no one can find what the exact discussion was all about. But yes, they were there at the central track. Virat, as soon as he completed his warm up, he went straight away. Rahul Dravid has this traditional routine. He goes straight away and check the pitch wherever he is. First thing what he will do is he will walk to the pitch and check how the conditions are. And when Rohit was there, Virat joined him and they had a good 20 to 30 minutes chat, an intense animated chat where there were a lot of gestures around where to pull, where to hook. They went to the 6 meter mark. They were standing there for quite a while. They checked the firmness of the pitch, and after that, Virat was showing hit the deck skills. I can only assume. I don't know the exact conversation, but yes, that was an animated chat. And after that, the way Virat batted at the nets in the central strip against Bumrah, Siraj, Ashwin, and then at the nets against throwdown special hit. It was a complete masterclass, and hopefully he did well in the first test, and looking forward to other players also who can support Virat Kohli and help India win this test because one single player or two players can't win you matches here.
And Shubhayan did an exclusive interview with Tony Di Zorzi. This is what he had to say.
How's your relationship with mom? You felt emotional after that celebration.
Yeah, I was hoping that she was able to watch because I know she was during the week, so I thought she might be at work. So she was able to watch some of it, so that was cool. We're very close. She's best friend, so yeah.
This Cape Town is kind of your second home. You play your here, play your local cricket here for the province. How has been the journey from shifting here, by shifting here, working with actual players, his influence on your cricket? Tell us more.
Yeah, I've enjoyed Cape Town. It's a really awesome place to live. Yeah, when I moved here, Ashford was the coach, so he definitely had an influence. More recently, Kasim Adams is our batting guy, and for the last 2 years, he's been unbelievable, really hard work with us. So yeah, there's been a lot of coaches, Salih, Cape Town, that have all had their influence.
On social media, you have been tipped as someone who is the destroyer for bowlers. You just smash them all over the park. Is that aggressiveness? You seem like a very chilled out guy, pretty chilled out guy, but when you are out on the field, there's something, some some aggressiveness about your batting. Tell us about it. Where does this come?
Yeah, I think with the white ball stuff, Rob, who's our coach's coach, just asked me to play a certain role, and I just had to try my best to implement that for the team. I wouldn't say I'm an aggressive guy off the field, but yeah, on the field, obviously you want to compete. You don't know how many games you're going to press out, so each one is important. You just want to do your best.
Instagram reels, TikTok reels, a superstar on social media. What's the secret behind?
Just a way of me expressing myself, having some fun. I know sometimes there's a bit of a disconnect between fans and cricket guys, so it's an opportunity for me to just show like also normal people. And I know some people will like it, and some people will say I'm a focus, but I'm really not too phased. If it makes some people laugh or whatever, then that's cool. I enjoy making it as well.
Over to football, India will start its Asian Cup campaign on the 12th of January. The team will face off against Australia in their first encounter. Devashish, how do you think the Indian football team will be preparing?
A huge challenge. Huge challenge means obviously, and obviously, and it's a huge opportunity for the likes of Sandesh Chingan or Asal Abdul Samad and other players. Means obviously to and and to be playing against a team like the Socceroos. We all know and this is a perfect opportunity, but it will be an uphill task. Let's face it. Let's face the reality. It will be an uphill task, but these exposed obviously, as Igor Stimac in an interview to Boryada has already said that he would look to see the boys performing well, because this will be a good exposure trip. So keeping in mind the qualification for the World Cup is concerned, yes, there are some injury concerns, there are some players who have missed the bus to Qatar, but then having said that, we see, given the trend in recent time, there has been a lot of support for the Indian football team. We all saw the reception the Indian football team got when they reached Qatar airport. Means there were hundreds of fans chanting the Indian football team, and this is something very refreshing. Means means obviously this is something that is associated with the Indian cricket team, but for a change, we are now seeing the crowd coming in numbers, spectators coming in numbers and supporting the Blue Tigers, and that is what you want. Yes, yeah, and I think it will be a real task. But the good point is for Indian football team is that they went to Qatar early. They have quite a few practice sessions. They can acclimatize to the conditions. And what more do you ask for?
Boria, what do you expect out of this team heading into the tournament?
See, you won't fight. I mean, you don't win against Australia. It's clear. I mean, if you have unrealistic expectations from this team that you will be able to beat Australia, perhaps not. I mean, Australia is at least 7, 8 notches higher, not 1, 2. I mean, it's a World Cup side. India is still quite a few notches below. Against Uzbekistan, you would expect fight. Against Syria, a win. Syria ranked 92nd, so possibly a win against Syria will be the high point of this campaign. And as Devashish was saying, get ready for the World Cup qualifiers. You want a Sunil Chetri to sort of play possibly his last Asian Cup and do well, score a couple of goals. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu to step up, a Sandesh Jingan to set up, something that you will take away from this tournament ahead of that key World Cup qualifier against Afghanistan at home. Look, if you lose 3, 4, 5 goals, then the momentum is lost. You lose by a goal, you put up a 90-minute fight, you push an Australian side, you push an Uzbekistan side, and all of a sudden the Blue Tigers are a reality. Then you have momentum. You've got a Trevor Sinclair. to help Igor's team match. So clearly, you are trying to inject new ideas, set piece. What impact will Sinclair have in 10 days' time? We've got to see all of that. But this Asian Cup, there is a lot of interest. Hopefully, we will see some quality football.
David Warner announced his retirement from ODIs a couple days ago, and today he also plays his final test match against Pakistan. Boria, reflect on David Warner's test career.
I had a chat with him yesterday. I had a chat with him yesterday, and a fairly long chat. And his exact message to me was, mate, I've got a zillion messages, but I needed to chat with you. My daughter Indy has cut her hand, so I'm tending to her, so we have to keep this short. And I said, no problem, just go enjoy. And that's David Warner. He will respond to your message. He will make it a point to call. He remembers, and his final words were, thanks heaps for everything that RevSportz has done for me. All the videos, all the pieces, thank your team. Now, that is what makes him special. It's been an incredible career, 111 tests and 7,000 ODI runs and whatever you want to call it. And being a rebel, yes, he's not captained Australia, but he's been a leader. He's been a leader for everybody. I wish the Warner family, and now they've got Warner Sisters as an Instagram property as well. All the very best to everybody associated with the David Warner. Candice and I, we are also very good friends. I know what it means to Candice. Best to everyone. Best to absolutely the and Pink Test. So it's a special occasion, awareness for breast cancer. Devashish had put out that video of Glenn McGrath with David Warner. What an incredible career, Gargi. What an incredible way to sign off in front of your home crowd on home soil after 110 test matches.
But But Boria, hopefully the authorities will find his baggy green that has somehow lost. So that is going to be an important one. Shad Masood has said that Australia might need the best of investigators to find that baggy green. So that's a precious cap. So hopefully he will get it back in his hands very soon.
Yeah, because if you put it out in an auction, then someone will go and catch you. So you can't make money. So there's no point. Return it. If I was the person, I would go to David Warner, return it back. He's already said he will not do anything. And in return, I would have said, give me a signed bat. So you
Yeah.
do a bargain, do a trade-off, get something, and that's it. Or tell him, give me 4 tickets of your final test in Sydney. Do something because you won't be able to make much of that baggy green cap.
We were all praised for David Warner, but so was Glenn McGrath. Take a look.
Legendary Australian fast bowler Glenn McGrath heaped loads of praises on David Warner, who is all set to play his final test against Pakistan at the Sydney Cricket Ground starting from Wednesday, January 3rd. The test match will also mark the 16th Pink Test. Warner is currently second in the list of leading run scorers in the ongoing test series after Mitchell Marsh. The southpaw has amassed 208 runs from 2 games at an average of 52 with a top score of 164 that is scored in the first innings of the first test match at Perth Stadium. Lauding Warner for his scintillating knock in Perth Test, McGrath hoped for the veteran batter to bow out on a high by scoring yet another 100 in front of a packed home crowd at the SCG. In 11 tests at the SCG, Warner has scored 793 runs at an average of 49.56 with 400s and a top score of 122 against the West Indies in 2016.
Be playing your final test match, for Davy's 112 test matches, the impact that he's had on Australia, the way he's gone about the game has been incredible. So hopefully he can go out on a high. Be great to see him get 100 here in front of his home crowd. It sort of takes me back to my final test match, 06-07 with Justin Langer and obviously the late great Shane Warne, and so many incredible memories there, and just the way people came out and supported us during that final test match. I'm hoping they do the same for Davey, and he's been a big supporter of the foundation over that time as well. So I think it goes hand in hand what the SCG's become, and to finish your test career here in front of a home crowd is pretty special.
That's it for this video. Thank you for everyone who's joined. We'll be back every morning from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Stay tuned to RevSportz. For now, we'll leave you with visuals from the beautiful Cape Town.